guys, it's Caleb with White Metal Games. It is Sunday, the Sunday before Thanksgiving. I think it's the 20th or 21st. So before I go out of town for the week, I'm going to be visiting some relatives. I wanted to show you a quick studio update. I wanted to get a lot of work caught up. So this weekend, the two big projects have been Terrain and Daemon Princes. So let's just dive right into it, and that way we'll go ahead and just jump right in on there. So Terrain, I do a lot of terrain projects here. So here's a couple different terrain projects we've been working on. These are some really simple styrofoam walls, and we build these out of hardboard, which is a sort of a density fiberboard, and then this is just packing material that's been blacked with black paint, and then this material down here on the ground is just some stucco. So stucco is basically like you use it on walls to patch holes, but this is textured. It's got some sand in it. You can get it for about $8 a pint or quart. I stick a couple little bits in there. This little marine bit head. I think I've got a bolter here on the other side. So you stick a couple of those on there to fill it in. So you just paint these black, and these become nice little manufactorum walls. They're cheap. They're easy to manufacture. They look decent. They're tall enough that they can cover up on the table big, tall flyers, which is great. So I've been manufacturing some of those. This is some bone terrain that I'm using for like a snowy board. So basically this is, you take the same basic idea, it's a hard board, and then you take some stucco, dip that on there, and then you put some plastic skeletons on here. This is a mastodon or woolly mammoth skeleton. Now clearly it's got all this blue on there, it needs to be cleaned up. But basically I use spray paint to save time, so I spray the edges, and then I'm going to go over that and flock it with white and hit the bones with white. And so when I'm done, it'll be much, much quicker than if I had painted it all by hand. It saves me a lot of time. I like to use the different shades of blue to create hot spots of blue, just to create some variation. Here's a smaller one I did. So these will be up in the eBay store soon, or variations of these, little bone piles, bone barriers, that sort of thing. So those need to be finished up. Probably work on those tomorrow night a little bit. These are barricades that have been very, very popular. Been selling these in eBay as well. So basically it's just a hardboard barricade with some bits of detritus and debris, a few pieces of Citadel terrain. I also have some regular barricades in here spattered around somewhere. If I can see if I can find one. Well, here's a piece of one if you look on this one. So I just take those, break them apart, put them on there, stucco the bases as well. I also use more well-known terrain. This is from a Star Wars miniature that I broke apart the tracks for something else. So the more bits you keep around, the better. I like to use just junk, whatever I can find, and I literally keep it in a box full of junk. And then that way when I'm building terrain, I can just sprinkle it around and just make it look like piles of debris. You could paint this up brown, red, whatever you wanted, whatever was working for you. Here's some other ones. Did these as well. As you can see, we make a really good use of the Citadel barricades kit for these, and we sell these on eBay too. So this allows you to just sort of throw around some scattered terrain very, very quickly and easily without having to build up full walls. The second big project of the weekend were Daemon Princes. I had bought a bunch of Daemon Prince bits a few weeks ago, and so I just wanted to come up with whatever I could come up with out of my bits box. And so this is sort of what I came up with. Oop, I was afraid of that. He got a little stuck. So I'll just go through them, show you a little close-up of each one. They'll all be up on eBay probably tomorrow. This guy has a four-armed sort of Cornish monstrosity. I don't know what that head actually came from. I'm not actually for sure. And then he's got a bunch of different bits on there. This was my first attempt at sculpting musculature. As you can see, I'm not great at it. So I could have probably just thrown a cloak or something back there, but I didn't want to take the easy way out. I wanted to try to sculpt a little bit. So it's not great, so I may end up having to put a cloak on there after all. And he's got some wings. The real draw to this piece is the nice forearms, and one of those has a mace in case you want to count it as a black mace. So I think he came out pretty good. This one's a little more fluid. This one actually uses the full torso. They give you an extra torso in every box, so I like to use the extra front torso when and where I can. These wings are from the Helldrake that I had clipped off for my conversion of a Helldrake model. So he came out pretty good. These claws are from a Cygor. So he's got two hand-to-hand weapons, which I like. This guy uses some spare bits from the Forge Fiend kit, and then he's got just a bunch of spare bits on there, just from random kits strewn about. This was a simpler because the talons took up so much of the back, I didn't have to do much sculpting at all, so I basically just smoothed it up. This guy is a little more exotic. He uses a lot of Eldar bits from an avatar I had spare. And then the body is from a Zinch Greater Demon. And then the head is from a Spawn. Nice feathered wings. So he's got kind of a Quicksaw Coatl thing going on here, which I like. He's kind of exotic. Kind of out there, but it works for me. This guy, if you thought that guy was out there, this guy is really out there. This guy's like a full-on Aztec Daemon Prince. Let me see if I can't pull him up the light because he's a little hard to see. There we go. So he uses just a variety of stuff. The torso is probably very recognizable. Lower legs are Daemon Prince legs. Then the belt and the lower tabards are from another kit. The wings, of course, are from a Helldrank kit. These feathers are from a feathered wing from Citadel that I clipped up, which made a nice little headdress. He's holding on to this pewter lizardman plaque. Looks kind of like a spell book or something. He's got this nice staff. So I think he actually came out really cool. He's kind of deluxe. He's a little bit of hodgepodge right now color-wise. Once you prime him, he's going to look fine. So, and I pulled all that out of basically the equivalent of 3 Daemon Prince boxes. And so you get all those extra bits, and you can really do some fun stuff with them if you just experiment. I like Daemon Princes because they give me a chance to really mess around and just play with different things as I see fit. So I guess that's about all I can show you right now. We did get a new heater in the workshop, which is nice. When this thing, that's the light. This allows me to work even in the cold, in the winter. So that's helpful because it is getting chilly. We're working on a little bit of Planet Strike terrain. You can see here, they've been greened. We got to do the detail work. There's going to be about 3 bastions and bunkers there when we're done. So that'll be up here in the next couple days. And I'm starting on to design a new head for Mjolnir, the Emperor Titan. I've had a couple of people email me about the Titan, and they've asked if I would do a new head. And I told them I certainly would, and I would do it for the price that I would. If they buy the Titan, I'll build them a new head. But I figured it might help along if I started on a new head first. So I started on one. I'm not crazy about it, but the grilling, I use this as my example. So what I did was I have it here where this will actually attach like that, and then I'll build the head part up there. So right now it kind of looks like a snout, but the reality is once it's all built, it'll be fine. But I'm not crazy about the way the texture came out. Unfortunately, when I had to glue it to that, it didn't glue very easily. I had to use a really strong epoxy, and so it left some residue. And it didn't just come out quite the way I liked, but fortunately I'm not very far into the process, so I'm able to start over. So that's it. If you're just tuning into this, please check out our other videos. We are a full-service conversion and painting service here in Raleigh, North Carolina. That's where we're based at. We do most of our projects take us all over the country and across the seas. We do over half our clients are international clients, so if you're international, please contact us anyway. We'd be happy to talk with you. We do everything from basic conversions to full-on builds to terrain to painting. We have several painters in-house now, so we're able to take on bigger projects and more projects, hopefully, than we could before. If you live in the Raleigh area and you're looking for work as a painter or a web designer, just please contact me at calebfilm@yahoo.com. I'd be happy to speak with you. I'll put my email at the bottom of this in the comments section. What else can I tell you? We are certainly looking to build as best we can. We're looking to build the models as cheap as we can and be competitive with our studios, but we're also trying to offer higher quality. So although our prices may not always be the cheapest, it's the cheapest we can stay to compete at. So hopefully we make up for any sort of price differential in customer service. And, you know, in being able to stay in touch with you and just keep in touch with you. A lot of the painters out there, you'll email them, you won't hear back from a week or more. I email my clients every couple of days just to let them know what's going on. If they email me, I'm constantly in touch with them, sending them updates and new pictures and that sort of thing. So we really try to make the difference up with our clients, with how we relate to them. And we're always open to try new things. We want to try new models, new stuff. So if you have crazy ideas about your models, we're happy to entertain them. We did a rock band Squigoth with a whole stage on his back once, and we've done mini dioramas, and we've just done everything. So we've got thousands of projects at this point under our belt, and we are happy to help you out with yours. Email me at calebfilm@yahoo.com. We're happy to send you a quote, and we hope to hear from you soon. So unless you hear from me again, have a happy Thanksgiving, and take care. Bye-bye.